Hi guys, just wanted to come and give a rundown on what's been going on. I had my port placed. Um, Port placement is pretty much just an IV that is embedded under my skin. Um, you can kind of see it here. There's a lump here. I still have the glue from the surgery. I only had the surgery a little over a week ago. You can kind of even see the catheter goes up here. So what it pretty much is, and I'm bruised. I'm super bruised from it, but um, it's an IV that's embedded under my skin. There's a catheter that goes up and it goes into my jugular vein in my neck. And pretty much they do that so that I don't have to get an IV every single time I come in. I was instructed that the IV would be very, very harsh on my veins. If I was to have an IV every single time I came in for treatment, it would probably destroy my arm veins. Like they'd just be shot. So instead, when I come in, they have a little needle. It attaches right here, goes right into my port instead of into a vein directly. It goes just right into the port. And then that'll spare my veins a little bit, but it's still the same process, just like you would get any other IV. So I had that done. It was a quick in and out surgery. I was awake for that surgery. They did sedate me, but sedation didn't do much. I was awake and well for that. It was quick, maybe a half hour tops. It doesn't hurt. Didn't hurt too much when it happened. Only, I say the worst part of my port is my kids. They don't fully, Cameron definitely doesn't understand. Cameron has no idea what this is or why it's there. He's been trying to scratch my glue off since I got it done. There were 2 incision points. There was another one up here too, and this one. And he will sit there and he will just try to scratch and scratch and scrape and scrape. And that's my biggest fight with him. Cooper likes to jump on my back and try to jump from my back over to the front. So it took him a while to understand how mommy has a boo-boo, I have to be careful. But he does understand it now. But that was the worst part of my port is my kids. If it wasn't for them, I'd be okay. So I had the port put in on a Monday. Started chemotherapy on a Thursday. Went in for chemotherapy, and pretty much you go into a room, there's a chair. They hook you up just like you would do any other IV. They inject it straight through here to my port, tape it down so it doesn't move, have the little IV pole thing in my bobber. And he gives you kind of a rundown. So there's 4 drugs that I'm being administered. I don't know how to say all of them. I will include them somewhere on the screen. It's an acronym. It's THCP or TCHP, one of the two. But it's 4 different drugs. They give you not only the drug, they also give you some preventative medication as well. So I know for like the first drug, he gave me some nausea medicine that I guess stays in my system for 36 hours. He told me I would be good with this nausea medicine, and he gave me that first drug. It's just like any other IV when they hook you up to an IV and you get that slow drip. So like my first drug was a push for an hour. So I had to sit there with just this one drug for 1 hour. And then after I'm done with that drug, there's a waiting period that I have to wait to just make sure my body's reacting well to the medication. So for the first drug, there was like an hour wait time between the first drug and then the second one. So that's kind of how it goes. They gave me some preventative meds, the medication, then you wait. Then you get the next med, then you wait. If the med requires preventative medication, they give you some preventative stuff, take the drug, then you wait. Almost all of the drugs were about an hour long, and the wait time in between was about an hour long for all of them. It was an all-day ordeal. Unlike a lot of my other appointments I've gone on, they did allow me to bring one adult with me. So Keith did come to that appointment with me. I was not by myself. He came. Because of COVID, a lot of my appointments that I've been to lately, it's been just come by yourself, just come by. Like my port, I had to go by myself. My echocardiogram, I had to go by myself. A lot of my appointments have been can't bring anybody, but this one particular, he was able to come. And we were there from 9 o'clock in the morning until almost 5 o'clock at night. Like it was an all-day ordeal. I crocheted, I watched videos, I talked, and we did a little bit of everything. We showed it wasn't too horrible, and the time kind of went kind of quick. The last medication they gave me, I'm almost certain they gave me Benadryl as well, and it put me out. I was asleep, so that made the time go even faster because I slept through that whole last one. They also gave me an on-body injector of Neulasta, and it was explained to me that Neulasta pretty much it stimulates my cells in my bone marrow. So like with chemotherapy, the whole process of it is it attacks cells. These 4 medications are just going to brutally attack cells, but it has no way of determining what is cancer cells and what is good cells. So it attacks all your cells, making your body very prone to disease, because now your immune system is shot, because your good white blood cells that you need to fight off disease is being killed away as well. So this Neulasta shot was supposed to stimulate those white blood cells to keep working, keep doing what you need to do to fight off disease and infection. So they gave me an on-body infuser. They pretty much stuck this little thingy bob around my belly, and like 3 minutes after they put it on, it injected me with a needle and a catheter, and then I had to wear it. I had to wear it for over a day, and then after, I want to say it was like 24 to 36 hours, it started beeping. It did a countdown, and that's when the medication went into my system. And so those are the medications that I had to have for chemotherapy. The day of chemo, I didn't really experience too many side effects. I was tired. I was still tired from, I believe, that Benadryl shot, because I was out. I slept a little bit that day. I was tired. I handled that well. Day 1 after chemo, I was fine. We had a great day. We went to a waterfall. We got out. We enjoyed the day. Made the best of it. Keith took some time off from work to be home, so he helped me out tremendously, just in case we had no idea what to expect. So we wanted to make sure I wasn't home by myself with the boys while he was at work. Day 2 after chemotherapy, Keith decided to go back to work. My mom came and she sat with me all day long, and she helped me with the boys. But day 2, I experienced the nausea, very, very intense nausea all day long. They sent me home with nausea medication, which I was taking. There's 2 different pills that you're supposed to piggyback off of each other. So pretty much every 4 hours I was taking one or the other pill, and you're supposed to take those whether you're nauseous or not. They say it's better to take it when you're not nauseous than when you're actually sick and throwing up, because at that point the medication isn't going to work. So I was taking them, but I was still nauseous, sick as a dog that day. Barely was up. I slept a lot. I was sick. My stomach hurt. I did eventually vomit and felt a billion times better. But that was day 2. Day 2 after starting chemo. Day 3 after starting chemo, I experienced the fatigue. I was tired. I slept probably the whole day. That day I went to my parents' house, spent the whole day with them while Keith was at work. I slept like no other. Every moment, like I just couldn't get on top of the sleepy. Like I would wake up and I'm like, I just want to sleep. And it's not normal sleepy, like it's not, oh, I'm tired or my eyes are burning, but it was just more of like that blah, I don't want to get up, I don't want to move, I just want to lay back down and close my eyes. Like that was the whole day. Slept some more. So that was day 3. Day 4 brought on constipation. I was advised that one of the side effects I could have would either be constipation or diarrhea. They say most women either get it one way or the other, but I experienced the constipation. I would get these really, really intense stomach pains. Like I had to go bad, and I would run to the bathroom and nothing would come out. And I dealt with that all day on day 4 until finally I said, you know what, I'm drinking prune juice. Prune juice is disgusting, but I drink it. Downed me a cup of prune juice. Not too much, didn't take too much time at all, and I was actually moving my bowels again. But that was day 4. Day 5 brought on diarrhea. So that constipation very quickly changed to diarrhea. It's not aggressive diarrhea, it's not explosive, but nonetheless it is diarrhea. So that's what I've been experiencing since day 5, I think. Again, it was expected. I can take Imodium, but I don't like taking medication. I'm not a medicine taker, never have been. If I have a headache, I'm one to stick it out, tough it out, drink some water, go to sleep. I'm not going to just keep taking medicine. I think a lot of the times it's mental. Even for this, for me, it very well could be mental, because I read up on all of this and I knew to expect it. But I sometimes think pain is mental, and if you can just get past the thought of it, you can overcome it without having to take medication. And I'm very firmly believing that. I've always been that way. So I don't really want to take medicine for diarrhea if I don't have to. I stay hydrated. I drink a lot of water. I have a 64-ounce bottle. I drink every single day at least one of those, and I shoot for 2. So I think I'm okay as long as I'm staying hydrated. I don't need to go in for any IV fluids pumped or anything like that. I think I'm all right. So that was day 5 with the constipation. Day 6 brought on the most intense and severe back pain I've ever experienced in my life. Now, I had already read one of the side effects of the Neulasta shot, the bone marrow, the medicine that's going to stimulate my white blood cells. That's one of the side effects of that, is the joint pain. When I tell you that is the worst pain I have ever experienced in my life, that was horrible. That was worse than when I had my boys. That was worse than contractions. That pain was debilitating. It was horrible. I actually took 2 Tylenol behind that medicine, and I actually waited the whole day. I went the whole day in pain before I said enough is enough. Before I go to bed, I have to take some Tylenol, and I ended up taking the Tylenol, which helped tremendously, but the pain was so severe. So it started in my lower back. It wrapped around like my hip bones, my hip flexors, and it just was like this massive throb. Like every breath, everything just hurt. The throb radiated through my whole entire body, like from the ground up, my ears, everything. All I felt was a throb. And that, like I said, that was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. Even with my children, when I had my boys and I had them C-sections, I didn't take the medicine. I didn't take medicine at all. My doctor forced me to take medicine because she told me I should need it, but I didn't take medicine. I was okay. I was all right. That pain was not that bad. This pain I had yesterday, hands down, the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life, and I don't want to wish that upon anyone. The doctor did say for the joint pain, one thing that does stop it is Claritin, which I did end up going and buying some because I didn't know if the pain is going to come back or not. But in the event that that back pain comes back, I will be ready, because that was some seriousness right there. Some serious pain. As far as side effects go, that is 90% of the side effects that I was told I would experience. Some of the other things they say to expect is pins and needles in your hands and your feet. I haven't experienced that at all. Mouth sores and mouth and like back of the throat, sore throat. They said that your mouth is one of the parts of your bodies with the most cells. So she said to expect mouth sores and things like that. One of the things I did kind of notice, like if I drink my ice cold water, it kind of burns my throat. Like I get like a burning sensation. But other than that, I've been pretty good there. They said to expect loss of taste buds, and food should start tasting nasty. I haven't experienced that yet. I mean, I think my food kind of does taste a little different, but not to the point where it's nasty or doesn't taste like what it's supposed to taste like. So I haven't had any problems with that yet. My 2 biggest was the diarrhea, because I still am experiencing that, and that back pain. But everything else has been manageable. Once that nausea went away, I was good. I have actually to a point now where I'm not even taking nausea medicine anymore. I haven't taken it at all for today. This whole day I haven't taken any. I'm not one to just take medicine. I don't like it. I'm not a big believer in it. I can't do it. So if I'm not nauseous, I'm not going to keep taking nauseous medicine. I just don't see a point until maybe next treatment and I need it again, hopefully. Or if I start to feel it again, I have the medication here if I need it. But aside from that, all has been well. I know they say everything that I have read says that between day 14 and 16 is when hair loss starts. So next week, Thursday, will be day 14 for me. And we'll see what happens. I keep joking. I say I'm going to be bald for my 35th birthday. My birthday is next Saturday, I think. Next Saturday, next Friday, one of those 2 days. But we'll see what happens. I believe I want to cut it all off. I want to cut it off before it falls off. I think I can handle a bald head. I don't think I can handle my hair falling out in patches. I think that'll be devastating. My husband loves my hair. He doesn't want me to cut it. He still has hope that that's one side effect that will not affect me at all, and I will keep all of my hair. So we shall see. We'll see. I think at the end of the day, I might end up cutting it off, more than likely. To stay ahead of it, order me a wig and cut it off before it falls out. I can't imagine. I've seen videos of some of the women taking their hair in legit handfuls, just chunks of hair coming out. I don't think I can do that. That sounds very scary. But I shall keep you guys posted. Again, I'm still in wonderful spirits. Great spirits. Riding a wave. Oh, the doggy next door is barking. But still riding a wave. It is what it is. Yeah. Again, if you guys ever have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Thanks for listening. Bye.